Today's update is extremely important for every senior, every retiree, and every family that depends on Social Security because January 13 is shaping up to be a key moment that could affect how much money you receive in 2026 and when you receive it. Many people are confused right now, many are hearing different numbers, and many are worried about rising prices and whether their benefits will truly keep up. That is why today we are going to walk through everything carefully, slowly, and clearly so you know exactly what is happening, what has already been decided, what is still being finalized, and how this could affect your monthly checks, your yearly income, and even possible extra payments. First, let's talk about what this January 13th reveal is really about. Every year, Social Security adjustments for the next year are announced after government agencies review inflation data, wage growth, and economic conditions. These adjustments are often called cost of living increases, and they are designed to help benefits keep up with rising prices for food, housing, medicine, and basic daily needs. But this year, things are more complicated. Inflation has affected seniors differently than working adults, medical costs have risen faster than general prices, and housing and utility bills remain high in many parts of the country. Because of this, lawmakers and Social Security officials are facing strong pressure to make sure the 2026 increase is meaningful, not just symbolic. January 13th is important because this is when more finalized projections and official explanations are expected to be shared about how the 2026 increase will be calculated and how payment schedules may be adjusted. While the exact final percentage may still take more time to be locked in, what will be revealed is how the system is trending and how payment structures may change. For seniors, that matters because it helps you plan your budget, your savings, and your medical spending for the coming year. Now let's talk about the increase itself. Social Security increases are not flat amounts that everyone gets equally. They are percentages that are applied to your existing benefit. That means someone receiving a smaller benefit may see a smaller dollar increase, while someone receiving a higher benefit may see a larger dollar increase even if the percentage is the same. This is why some people hear numbers like $50, while others hear numbers closer to $100 or more. The percentage matters, but your personal benefit amount matters just as much. For 2026, current projections suggest that the increase could be higher than what many seniors received in earlier years of the decade, but possibly lower than some of the very high inflation years. This creates both hope and concern. On one hand, any increase helps. On the other hand, many seniors feel that even a solid percentage increase may still not be enough to cover rising medical costs, rent, and groceries. That is why so much attention is being paid to what is announced in January and how it connects to future policy decisions later in the year. Now let's talk about payment dates, because this is another area where many seniors get confused. Social Security payments are not all sent on the same day. Your payment date depends on your birth date and the type of benefit you receive. People who receive supplemental security income usually receive their payment at the beginning of the month. Others receive their payments on Wednesdays based on birth date groups. This system is not changing, but what can change are holiday adjustments and calendar shifts that move payment days slightly earlier or later. For January 2026, many seniors will be watching closely because of how the calendar lines up. When payment dates fall on weekends or holidays, deposits are usually made earlier. This means some people may receive their January payments in late December of the previous year. That can be helpful for holiday expenses, but it can also cause confusion because people may think they received an extra payment when in reality it is just an early deposit for the following month. Understanding this is very important so you do not accidentally overspend and find yourself short later in the month. Another major topic connected to this January reveal is stimulus-style relief and special assistance programs. While there is no universal nationwide stimulus check currently confirmed for all seniors, there are ongoing discussions about targeted relief programs, especially for low-income seniors and people with disabilities. These discussions focus on helping people who are most affected by housing costs, prescription drug prices, and energy bills. Some programs are handled at the federal level, while others are handled by states, and this is where many people miss out because they do not realize help is available. Some states are offering property tax relief, rent assistance, or utility credits that are specifically designed for seniors. These programs are not automatic and many require applications. That is why staying informed is just as important as knowing your Social Security increase. Even a small monthly benefit can be made more powerful when combined with local assistance programs, prescription savings programs, and food support options that are designed to help older adults stretch their income. Now, let's talk briefly about pensions because many seniors rely on both Social Security and pension income. Pensions do not always increase automatically with inflation. Some pensions are fixed and never increase, while others may have occasional adjustments. This means that for many retirees, Social Security becomes the main source of income growth over time. When Social Security increases are small, the financial pressure becomes even greater. This is why advocates continue to push for stronger cost of living protections, especially for people who retired many years ago and have already seen their purchasing power decline. Another issue connected to the January 13th update is how Medicare costs affect Social Security checks. Many seniors do not realize that Medicare premiums are often deducted directly from their Social Security payments. This means that even when Social Security increases, part of that increase may be used to cover higher Medicare premiums. When this happens, some seniors feel like their increase disappeared. Officials are expected to address how Medicare costs may trend into 2026 and how that could affect net benefit amounts after deductions. This is also where budgeting becomes extremely important. Knowing your gross Social Security benefit is helpful, but knowing your net deposit amount after Medicare and other deductions is what really matters for your monthly planning. Seniors who track their spending carefully are better able to adjust when small changes happen, and that can reduce stress and financial emergencies. Finally, before we move into the second half of this update, it is important to understand that January announcements do not always mean immediate changes to your check. Some changes apply later in the year, some affect future calculations, and some are meant to guide policy discussions rather than create instant payments. This is why it is important not to panic, not to assume worst-case scenarios, and not to rely on rumors or exaggerated claims. Real financial security comes from clear information, steady planning, and knowing where to turn for help when you need it. In the next part, we are going to go deeper into how seniors can prepare for these changes, what practical steps you can take right now, how to protect yourself from scams that often increase around big announcement dates, and how to make sure you are receiving every benefit you are eligible for, not just Social Security, but also other programs that support older Americans. As we continue this important update, let's now focus on what you can actually do to protect yourself and prepare for the changes that may come with the 2026 Social Security increase and the announcements expected around January 13. While it is helpful to know the numbers and the dates, what truly matters is how you manage your benefits and make sure nothing is missed or misunderstood. One of the first things seniors should always do when major updates are announced is review their benefit statements and payment history carefully. Mistakes are rare, but they do happen, and sometimes changes in deductions or adjustments can cause confusion. Knowing your normal deposit amount, your Medicare deduction, and your net payment helps you quickly recognize if something looks unusual. If something does not match what you expect, it is better to address it early rather than wait and risk missing money you depend on. Another very important issue that always rises during times of big announcements is scams. Sadly, scammers target seniors aggressively when news about benefit increases or stimulus-style payments spreads. They may send phone calls, emails, or messages claiming they can help you get extra money or that you must verify your information to receive the increase. These messages are designed to create fear or excitement so people act quickly without thinking. It is extremely important to remember that official agencies do not demand personal information through surprise calls or urgent messages. Protecting your personal information is just as important as protecting your money. Let's also talk about budgeting because even a positive increase can cause problems if spending is not planned carefully. When seniors receive an increase, it can feel like a chance to catch up on overdue bills or make purchases that were delayed. While this is understandable, it is also wise to consider long-term needs like medical costs, prescription refills, and emergency savings. Even small savings can provide peace of mind when unexpected expenses arise. Planning does not mean you cannot enjoy your money, but it does mean using it in a way that supports your stability and independence. Now let's return to the idea of additional assistance beyond Social Security. Many seniors qualify for programs they are not currently using, including food assistance, energy support, and medical savings programs. Some seniors avoid applying because they feel they should not need help or they worry about complicated paperwork. But these programs exist specifically to support older adults who have contributed to the system for decades. Using them is not a failure, it is simply using the support that is available to help you live with dignity and security. Prescription drug costs remain one of the biggest burdens for seniors, even with Medicare coverage. Changes to drug pricing rules have helped some people, but many still struggle with out of pocket expenses. Seniors should regularly review their medication coverage and speak with healthcare providers about possible alternatives if costs become unmanageable. Small changes in prescriptions can sometimes lead to meaningful savings without affecting health outcomes. Housing is another major concern. Rent and property taxes continue to rise in many areas, and for seniors on fixed incomes, this can be overwhelming. Some local programs provide housing assistance, senior rent freezes, or property tax reductions. These programs are often not widely advertised, and many eligible seniors never hear about them. Staying connected to local senior services organizations can provide valuable information that does not always appear in national news. Another topic that deserves attention is work and income limits. Some seniors continue to work part-time either by choice or necessity. It is important to understand how extra income may affect benefits, especially for those who have not yet reached full retirement age. Earning too much can reduce benefits temporarily, which can surprise people who were not expecting a change. Knowing the rules helps seniors make informed decisions about work and income without accidentally triggering benefit reductions. Now let's look ahead to what happens after January. It is also important to talk about emotional and mental well-being. Financial stress affects health, sleep, and overall quality of life. Seniors who feel uncertain about the future may experience increased worry, especially when they depend on fixed incomes. Connecting with family members, community groups, or senior organizations can provide emotional support and practical advice. You are not alone in facing these concerns, and many others are navigating the same challenges. As we close this update, let's remember the most important points. January 13 is expected to provide clearer information about how Social Security increases for 2026 are shaping up and how payment schedules and benefit calculations may be affected. Any increase will be applied as a percentage to your current benefit, meaning your personal increase will depend on your current amount. Medicare costs and other deductions can affect how much of that increase you actually see in your bank account. Payment dates follow a structured schedule, and early deposits around holidays do not mean extra money, just adjusted timing. Beyond Social Security, many seniors may qualify for additional assistance that can help stretch monthly income and reduce financial pressure. Protecting yourself from scams, planning your budget carefully, reviewing your benefit statements, and staying connected to local support services are all important steps you can take right now. Most importantly, remember that staying informed puts you in control. Changes to benefits, payment schedules, and assistance programs can feel overwhelming, but knowledge helps reduce fear and prevent costly mistakes. By understanding how the system works and what updates really mean, you can make better decisions for yourself and your family. Thank you for taking the time to stay informed about your benefits and your future. These programs exist to support you, and knowing how to use them wisely can make a real difference in your daily life. Keep paying attention to updates, keep asking questions through trusted sources, and most of all, take care of yourself because your well-being matters just as much as the numbers on a payment notice.